All right, let's crush a Sudoku. This one's called Frog in the Fog by Carmen Lambert. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So we're going to have the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we got a bunch of stuff happening here. So digits along the dark green parity lines must alternate between odd and even. So every other number must be odd, even, something like that. Digits along pink thermometers, which we can't see yet, increase starting from the bulb to the end. So when we see one of those, I'll try to explain that, I guess. Cells with a brown circle must be odd, so that's standard. You see a circle, it means there's an odd number in there. Digits along diagonals pointed to by arrows outside the grid must sum to the number listed. So these 4 numbers on this diagonal must add to 28. I think that's the only one of those. Black dots are in a 2-to-1 ratio, so one of these numbers is 2 times the other one. White dots are consecutive, so all these numbers look like are consecutive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Not all dots are shown, so there could be consecutive numbers somewhere else where there is not a dot. A V between 2 cells means they add to 5. So right here, these 2 numbers add to 5. These 2 numbers add to 10 because they're on an X. The board is covered in fog. If I put the right digit in the right spot, all the numbers clear, all the fog clears around it. So this gray will clear as I get numbers correct. So if I put the right number in there, then all of these cells around it would clear of fog. Cool, so let's get into it. So V's are always pretty interesting because there's only 2 options for numbers that add to 5. It's either 1, 4 or 2, 3. And there's this parity line here. The odd number involved in that, there has to be 1 odd, 1 even there. So one of these numbers is going to have to be odd or even. And we'll be able to figure out kind of what's going on here. So you need, to add to 5, you need 1 odd, 1 even. And to add to 10, you need, to add to 5, you need 1 odd, 1 even. And to add to 10, you need both of the same. So can I figure out what that is? Like these have to be different, right? Yeah. Okay, so that just works, right? So if this is odd, this is even. And to add to 10, this also has to be even. Yeah, so either way, that works. Okay. The black dots are sort of interesting. So these are all consecutive. Let's start coloring this line, odd, even. So I don't know what's going to be odd, what's going to be even. I'm going to go purple, green, purple, green. I think I might be able to figure out kind of what's happening here. So I said this number has to be the same as this, right? So this has to be, the X has to have the same parity and this has to have the opposite parity on the V. So we already have 4 purples. The interesting thing about odds and evens is that there are 5 odd numbers from 1 to 9 and 4 even numbers. We're going to have to, so these 3 numbers have to be consecutive. Right? So consecutive numbers change parity as well, so odd even happens there. And since we already have 4 purples in here, we can only have maximum 1 more of that type of parity in the box, and that would be if they were odd, and that would have to be this number because we're going to change parity each time. So this is green, which means that green is definitely even because we have 4 greens in the box and 5 purples. Let me see if I can explain that one more time because I think that's pretty tricky logic. But so I think the main concept is that there are going to be 5 odd numbers in this box and 4 evens because that's how the digits 1 through 9 work. I was able to figure out, so I just labeled the parity on this line. Whatever this is going to have to be the same as this, is going to have to be the same as this because it just goes every other. So this is going to be different from this, is going to be different from this, is going to be different from this. So I don't know whether they're odd or even yet, but then I knew that the same, like the only, if this is odd or even, I need the same parity, either an odd, even to add up to 10, right? 3 adds with 7, no matter what, to add to an even number, you need the same parity, odd or even. And then 5 is the opposite, you need opposite parity. But I knew that this was purple because of that logic. So now we had 4 purple digits in here, and then we have 3 consecutive digits here, which means they have to go opposite parity every time, right? But the only way to have a 4th purple digit in the grid, or sorry, a fifth purple digit in the grid is if it's odd, because there's 5 odd digits, and this is the only way this is going to work out. So now I know purple is odd, so this is either 1, 9 or 3, 7, and this has to be even, so this is either 2 or 4 to add to 5. This is either 1 or 3, so this is either 9 or 7. This is a double dot. So this could go 4, 2. Yeah, so these have to be the same parity. So these are both even. This couldn't be an 8, right? Why not? No, it definitely could be. Or could it be? Well, that actually might be tricky. Let me think about this. So if this is an 8, this goes 4, 1. This is a 9. But then this could go 7, 6. Yeah, that's possible. And then this would be a 9. Or it doesn't even have to be. It could be a 7. Huh. Okay, what's going on here? I think I just figured out that this could be an 8, right? So if this is an 8, this goes 4, and then this would go 1. This would be a 9. This would have to go, I couldn't go up to 9, so it could go 7, 6, and then this would be 3, 6. I think this is working. I think 8 works. I can't think of a reason why 8 doesn't work. All right, so 8 is a possibility there, and I think that's the only. But could it be a 4? 4. If it was a 4, 2, 1, 9, 5. So it'd have to go 5, 6, 7. I think that works. Because I haven't used a 3 yet, and this would probably have to be 3, 6. And then I think I'm good. How am I placing a digit in here? It seems like it works both ways, dude. Oh no. These have to add to 28. That's pretty big, actually. Could this be a 4 and have this add to 28? If this was a 4, these 3 digits have to add to 24, which is an average of 8. If this was a 4, this has to be consecutive. I think that probably breaks it. So if this was a 4, this could be a 5, this could be a 6. 4, yeah. Oh, this could be 9, 9. Is that possible? No. No. That's crazy, though. It's very, very close to being possible. But so if this is a 4, the biggest digit that could go. If this is a 4, the biggest digit that can go in here is 6 to be consecutive with 4. 4, 5, 6. So these 2 digits would add to 10. Then these could be 9, 9 to add to 28, because 28 minus 10 is 18. So these would have to be 9, 9. But if this is a 4, then this has to be a 2. This has to be a 1, which means this is a 9. So this is 9. These would both have to be 9, which doesn't work. So this can't be a 4, and I think it is an 8. But that was tough. That's a tough break-in if that's what's going on. Is there anything else that this could be? It can't be 1 because it can't be odd. This is either a 2 or a 4. The only numbers that can go here, could it be a 2? Had I considered that yet? No. Because then, yeah, wait, could it be? Oh my God, could it be? No. No. If this couldn't be a 4 because 4 was too small, this definitely can't be a 2. Okay, this is an 8. This is an 8. There we go. All right, 4. So I cleared the fog. So there's your first example of fog being clear. I put the 8 in here, and the fog went away. 8 makes this a 4, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 9, which then to be consecutive with 8, this has to be a 7 because it can't be a 9. This has to go down because it can't be 8. So this is 6, and we've broken in kind of. I think this has to be a 3. Could it be a 2? Oh, it could be a 2. No, wait. Oh, so it's odd. This is an odd digit, and it can't be a 1, and the only odd digits that can go on a black dot are 1 and 3. So this is a 3. This is the last even digit, which is 2, and then this is the last odd digit, which is 5, and we've done that box. So this is a 6 to be double with 3. We'll clear in some fog. This is an X, so this is a 4. This could still be a 2 or a 3 to be consecutive with 4. This is on a parity line. This could be 7 or 9 though still, but it's definitely odd, so I'll make that purple. So this is definitely green, and this is definitely purple. Wait, why did I make this 2 or 3? This is supposed to be 3 or 5 to be consecutive with 4. Okay, this has to be consecutive with this, and this is green, so this has to be purple. I guess I'll just color all these. This is, I mean, there's a lot of parity line in here, so All right, so this is green on the parity line. So I think having odds even. So like we've already got 3 odds in this column, which could come in handy eventually. Oh, these add up to 28. So 12 plus 8. So this is an 8. Awesome. Okay, then this is purple. Parity line continues. These add up to 10. There only is one more even that I can put here, and it's 8. Okay, so this actually has to be purple, which is kind of hilarious because it has all 4 even numbers looking at it. So this is definitely purple. And on an X, they have to add a 10 and be the same parity. So this is also purple. This is in a 2-to-1 ratio, and it's gonna have a hard. I was gonna say have a hard time being purple, but that's not necessarily true. All right, this is odd and is purple. So one of these two has to be purple, which means that this one is also purple because this is clearly a parity line. There's a green going in there, and you can only have 4 greens in a box. So the 4th one is on this line, which means the last purple goes there. All right, what else are we doing here? 2 odd numbers. 7 and 3 can't go here, and 5 can't go on an X because it would be 5, 5. So this is either 1 or 9, right? Yeah, it has to be 2 odd numbers. So this is a 1-9 pair. And then this is a black dot. So this is a 1, and this is a 2 to be on a black dot. So this is a 9. Make this green. Whoa, the parity line is splitting. So this is green, and these are purple. This is going to be purple as well. What else is happening here? What did I do here? Wait, why did I make this purple? This is green. Green, purple, green. Okay. 4 numbers left up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So this is green. It has to be even. So this is just 4 or 6. Huh. Okay. Is there Sudoku to be done? So 1, 1. One of these has to be a 1. Where do I go from here? These two have to be consecutive. Is there anything important to that? Looks like they have to be low probably. 6, 7, and 9 are here. They have to be low but can't have a 4. I feel like these probably have to come from 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like I can't. They have to be below 4 because I can't put a 5 on here. Like 5 could go in one of these 2 squares, and 8 could go in one of these 2 squares, but I wouldn't have anything to pair it up with because 5 needs a 6 or a 4 next to it. So these are coming from 1, 2, and 3, and there's only one even number in that. So this is a 2. No, this is a 2 because this is the green one. So this is definitely a 2. Okay, here's our first thermometer. This is either 1 or 3. So I mentioned a thermometer in the directions. So they increase from bulb to tip. So this thing is going to kind of keep going. We'll be able to see it. But the lowest number on this thing, this shape, so this is like a line that comes off of this bulb, and the digits have to increase from here to wherever it goes. Wait a second, is this a white dot? No, okay. They're all. The X was on a white dot, and that scared me for a second. I thought maybe they had to be consecutive as well, but that's not the case, right? All right, where am I going next here? 7, 9, 3, 5, 1, 3. So I have a lot of odd digits listed once there. One of these has to be a 4. Can't do much in fog, really. There's got to be more for me somewhere. So like this purple digit has to be 7, 5, or 3. Is that worth putting in? I guess this has to be 3, 5, or 7 as well. Alright, I'm seeing that 1 and 8 have to go on these. Is there a third one there? 1, 8. 1 and 8 definitely have to go up here though. We got 8s and 1s here. We got 9 that has to go here. I guess 5 has to go there as well because it can't go here. We got 9s and 5s in here. I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but okay. So 2 has to go in here. Is that the only one though? 2, 2. Yeah, I'm pretty stuck here. I don't know what to do. I feel like I used all the clues down here, so I'm feeling like it must be Sudoku. Okay, I can't decide these, right? All these consecutives. I don't think there's anything there for me. Just have to do, like, we got 3 greens and 3 purples, which is a lot, but I labeled my 3 purples. Oh, okay. 8 has to go up here, so this is definitely purple. Does that help at all? Because that's the last green in the column, so this is purple. And this is purple, so this is not 8. I guess that's useful. I don't know. Okay, so that was a parity line thing. So 8 goes in one of those. So this is also 3, 5, 7. These are, we got one green, one purple here, which means we only have one purple from these three. We got, so there's going to be 3 purples in here. There's 2 purples in here. I probably already knew that. Purple is odd. Yeah, 5 and 9 have to go in here. And one of them is a 4 or a 6. Yeah, very stuck. This is unfortunate. Oh man, I don't have time for this today, unfortunately. I might have to get off and cut up the videos that I have. Yeah, I guess I'll probably come back to this. I don't know. Alright, different venue, but I'd like to continue trying to do this thing. It was definitely very hard. Let's give this a try. Alright, so I need one more purple and one more green in this box, one more purple and one more green in this box. Doesn't seem particularly helpful. Maybe it has to do with something that's going on up here, but I don't really know. So this is purple, so this definitely could be a 1. So I guess I need one more purple and one more green in this row as well. Don't know which order. Okay, I know this is green. Is that going to help me in any capacity? This can't be a 2. Can't be a 4 either. So this is either 6 or 8. I don't imagine that's helpful. Would have been more helpful if it was a lower number, actually, because it's on this thermometer. This seems hard. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing like a major concept with this one. So I already used the 28 clue. I'm done with that. Yeah, what other digits could I get? I don't think I had any idea what was going on here. Okay, so 2 odd numbers are looking at this one, I guess. So this has to be 1, 7, or 9, which doesn't seem helpful at all. 1 green, 2 purples in there. No idea what's going on. I don't know. Is there Sudoku somewhere? I feel like I tried to do all the Sudoku I could. So one of these 3 has to be a 2. 6, 6. One of these has to be a 6. 4, 4. One of these has to be a 4. And that's all of them, I think. Yeah, those are the only numbers I have in this box, so I think that's all I'm going to be able to do there. Okay, so here are the 2 even numbers. Okay, so that's going to do that. So the 2 even numbers in this row have to come from these 3 cells. So this is purple. So that means this is green. Which means, okay, so I get a number there. That's an 8. Okay. Make a little progress there. Yeah, this has got to be it. This has got to be what's important here. So this is purple. Consecutives. Ooh, and these are on a black dot as well. So neither of these can be 2. So 1, 4, and 8 are taken. So this is a 3, 6 pair. So that means that one of these is a 6. So this one is not a 6. And neither of these are a 2. So this one is a 2. Awesome. Okay. I don't really need the 6 there anymore either. Okay. Is the consecutive going to help me? Oh, there's no 4. This could be a 4. If this was a 6, this can't be a 7. So this is either a 3, which would make this a 4, or this is a 6. And the reason this is a 4 is because it can't be a 2. 3, so it could go 3, 4, or it could go 6, but this can't be a 7, so this would be a 5. 6, 5, which would make this a 4. I think all of that seems fine. I think this is either a 4 or a 5 to be consecutive with 3 or 6. If this was a 3, this was a 4, which would make this a 5. Or if this was a 6, this was a 5, this would be a 4. And like that's both of those are possible. And then this I think has a lot of options probably. Okay, so I only have one more green in this row, and it's an 8. I don't know where it goes. I have one more green in this row. So this is green, I'll call it that. One of these is green. I don't know which one. One of these is green, and it is the 4. So if this was the 4, then this couldn't be green. Does that matter? If this was 4, this would be purple. And if this was 4, this would be 3, this would be 6. Which works, because it would go purple-green. Thought I had something tricky there. I am noticing this is a 4-5 pair, which is maybe interesting. Probably not. If this was purple, it would be the last purple in the row. Okay, so this is 3-5-7 as well. 3-5-7 as well as this one. Because 9 and 1 are used in the row. I don't really know what to do with that information, but it is true. There's only 4 numbers left in this row. Are they worth flagging? So we got 1, 3, 4, 5. Those must be them. So these could be 1, 3, 4, 5. This is a 3. So this is the only place 3 can go in the row. That's great. That's awesome. Okay, 1, 3, 4, 5. But we have a 3 in one of these two, so these two can't be 3. And now I only have one place where I could put a 3 in the row. It's right here. I don't know if that helps. Okay, this is now a 5, because this is a 3 or a 5. Okay, so now 1, 7, 9. For these 3 cells, this is a 1. So this is a 7, 9 pair, which means 1 goes there. Okay, 3 numbers left in the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 7, 8, and 9 down here. I think that should tell me the parity here, right? We got 2 odds and an even. The only way to make that work is odd, even, odd, right? Yeah, if I try to put an even here, yeah, that's the only way that works. Yeah, because this is a parity line, I could have just done that from what I had here, but I guess that's kind of what I'm doing. But whatever. So these two have to be purple. This one has to be green to make this work. Because if I made this green, then I would have to put another. I would have to go purple, green, which doesn't. It's too many greens. So this goes purple, purple, green, which means that this number is an 8 because it's the only even option that I have there, and these are not 8. So I can do the rest of the line. This is also green. This is purple. If this is green, it's a 6. This is a 3. If this is purple, it's not 4. Oh, okay. 3 actually does this. This is 4. This is 5. So this is not 4. This is a 1-5 pair, but yeah. So both these are purple. This is green. Uh-oh, why did I make this green? This is definitely supposed to be purple. I don't know why that happened. I hope I didn't screw something up there. I don't think I did. Okay, so since this is a 5, this could be a 4 or a 6. It can't be a 6, so it is a 4. This is now green, making this purple. It looks like, yeah, I mean, if it goes in here and comes out, this has to be green. This has to be purple. That works out nicely. Cool. So this, oh, so there's a white dot between these. These are consecutive, so this is green. Might as well flag these. This is a purple, this is a green. So that's all 4 greens in here, so the rest of these are purple. 8 and 4, look at this one, and a 2, so this is a 6. Because it had to be even. 2, 4, and 6, looking at this has to be an 8. Last green in the box is a 2. So this is now a 6, which is nice because this has to be lower than a 6, which is a little helpful. Can't be 3, 4, or 5. So this is either 2 or 1. And there's a 1 here, so this is a 2. And that is a green digit. Okay, we're making some progress, dude. We're making some progress, absolutely. All right, so we needed a green digit in the row. It's here. So that is either a 4 or a 6 to match up with this one, and it's a 4 because there's a 6 in the row, which makes this a 6. Awesome. So this goes up here, which means this is green, which means it's the 8 because we only had one more green in the column. It had to be the 8. It's going to do the whole box, meaning this is purple, this is green. This goes into this box and it's purple. So either one of these could be the 1. This one can't be an 8 anymore, though. Oh, circle means odd, right? Brown circle must be odd. So this is odd. So it's either 5 or 9. And it's purple. I must have some help here. So this isn't a 6. Neither of these are 6s. Oh, so this is a 4 because it's green and it can't be a 6. This is a 4. This can't be 4 or 6. So these two are a 5-9 pair. They're both purple. Green. Purple. Okay, so this one has to be purple. Just seeing in the box, we needed one more. So this is 3, 5, or 7. There's a 5 here, so this is either 5. This is either 3 or 7. Okay. Now, 2 of these had to be green. I guess that was already true from the box logic. Got most of this thing colored though, so only one of these can be purple. I don't know what to do about that. 5, 9. 1 goes in one of these. Alright, one of these has to be a 6. One of these has to be a 2. One of these has to be an 8. It can't be this one. So these are, one of these is an 8. And one of these is a 4. I don't know. Numbers left in the column here are 1, 7, 8, 9. This one can't be an 8. This does have to be odd, which is all of those. That's unfortunate. Alright. I don't know. I know these two numbers have to be odd. 5 can't be on there because they added 10 and it can't be 5 twice. But there's no odd numbers looking at this. So all 4 other odd numbers are possible here. It's going to have to be a combination of 1, 9 or 3, 7. I don't know which one though. These are also 1, 9, 3, 7. And there's no odd numbers looking at those. These can't be 1. This can't be a 1. I'm not getting a lot of help here. What do I do? Or else do I... Oh, okay, I got more line here. This is purple. That's not helpful though, I don't think. Can't be a 2, I guess. And this goes here, so this is green, which means it could be a 2. And if this went here, that would mean that it was a 2. Probably doesn't though. But this is green. So it has to be, oh, it is a 2 because there's only one green left in the column. So this is definitely a 2. That's great. We'll take that. We will absolutely take that. All right, another brown circle means that this is purple. This does go up here, so this is purple. This is green. Which makes it look like this is probably a 6, but I don't know that. These have to add up to 5, so this is a 3. Making this a 4, because there was only one place like that 4 could have gone. Makes this an 8. Let's color these just for the sake of it. Green, purple, green. This is a 6 now because there's only 4 greens in the box. These can't be 6. This is now purple. Okay, things are happening, dude. Things are absolutely happening. This is purple. This is green. I think we have the entire line colored at this point. So that's cool. These are 4, 6. There's a 6 here. This is a 4. This is a 6. I think all of the fog is gone now, which is pretty chill. This can't be an 8. Does that mean this has to be? Not yet. This can't be an 8 though. Either one of these two could be an 8. But one of these two definitely has to be an 8 for the box. So one of these two, one of these two. It could be both of these though. This is definitely purple. The numbers I have left in it are odd. Ooh, which means this has to be green and it has to be a 2. So we only have one more even one left in the row, dude. Very chill. This is now purple. These are not 2. This is now green, and it is a 6. Because it was the last even number in the box. Awesome. Even numbers are great, dude. Love an even number. What else we got here? Okay, so 3's looking down here now, so these can't be 3. Huge step in the right direction, which means that 3 has to go in one of these. This has to be consecutive with 8. It really could be 7 or 9, huh? It's either a 7 or a 9. These odd numbers are really a pain in my butt, dude. 5 and 3 looking at these, so these are 1, 7, or 9. We just don't have a lot of odd numbers in the thing. 1, 7, 9. How do we get more odd numbers in the thing, dude? All right, these can't be 5. There's a 5 here. We got 3, 7 here, which means this can't be 7 because it's in the same box as this 3, 7. So this is a 9, which makes this a 7, which makes this a 9, which makes this a 3, which makes this a 7. That had to be good. That seemed big. Or not. Ooh, I need 2 greens here. That's kind of wild. I need 2 greens in the column. So they are 2, which is going to go there, and 4, which has to be helpful. Is it not? So one of these has to be an 8. One of these has to be an 8. One of these has to be an 8. Right? One of these has to be an 8. So we got some kind of diagonal 8 thing happening here. I don't know which way it goes, though. What else is happening? All right, so we only have 2 odd numbers left here. 1 and 5. So this is either a 1 or a 5. This can't be a 5. So 5 has to go in one of these 2. Oh, we only have 1 number left in this column. It's a 5. Does that not help at all? Are you for real, dude? Okay, well 5 now can't go here, so 5 has to go here. I'm seeing. 5, 5. This now has to be a 5. Making this a 1. Making these not a 1. And I just realized that if those aren't a 1, this isn't a 9. And since this can't be a 9 or a 3, this can't be a 7. Yeah, that's true. 3, 7, 9. So this is either 3, 7, or 9, right? That's true. All right, I have way too many numbers in this box. This 7, 9 can definitely be taken away. So this is either a 1 or an 8. So this is either a 1, a 5, or an 8. Could it really be all of them? It seems like it could be all of them. All right, 1, 5, 8. What's the other number that can go in this column? 3. All right, so this is either 1, 3, or 8. This is either 1 or 3. It's devastating, dude. Ugh. How do I finish this puzzle off, dude? I'm ready to be completed with this, dude. So this must be a 3 or 7. Okay, so we only have 3 and 7 left in the column. There's a 3 here, so this is a 7. This is a 3. This is a 9. This is a 1 to add up to 10. This is not 1 or 9, so it's a 7. This is not 7 or 9, so it's a 3. This is now a 7. This is now a 9. This is an 8, because there's a 1 here. This is a 5, because there's an 8 and a 1. This is a 7. This is a 5. What else, dude? This is a 9. This is a 5. Finish the thing, dude. We gotta finish the thing. That was a 7. This is a 1, 9 pair. That's lunacy. Okay. This is a 1, 9 pair. This can't be a 7. This can't be a 7. This can't be a 7. So this is a 1, 9 pair. This is now a 7. Oh, well, my 1, 9 pair has a 9 in the row. This is a 1. This is a 9. This is a 1. This is a 9. This is a 3. This is an 8. This is a 1. This is a 3. Oh, I'm not done with the thing. I was really thinking I was done with the thing. Here we go. There's a 1. And I think we've completed the thing, dude. Excellent work. Me. Good job, me. Dude. You know? Took an hour between 2 venues, but we got it done, dude. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.